When Roy woke up one morning, he was strapped to a chair. Handcuffs secured my arms, legs, and body to the chair. When he looked around, he couldn't see anything since the room was pitch black. I screamed for someone to help me. His voice echoed for a long time, and it sounded like the room which he was in was incredibly enormous. I got no answer, so I tried calling out again. Roy still got no answer. Suddenly the handcuffs were undone, and I was able to get up from the chair. He could only see himself in a couple of feet in front of him. I was wearing a white shirt and a pair of blue jeans. There was a name tag on his shirt, which read hashtag free 127,641. I screamed out again to see if anyone could hear me. Suddenly, Roy heard a voice saying, "I can hear you. I can't move. Please help." I ran over to the voice, which was coming in front of me. The voice called out again, and Roy could tell that he was getting closer. Suddenly, I saw a shape to my side, and before I could react, I ran into it. We both fell to the ground. Roy saw that it was someone else inside the room. I noticed that he had a number as well, which read hashtag 327,642. He explained to Rob that he was also stuck in the room as well. They both got up and continued, trying to run to the voice. When they got to the man, they saw that he was also trapped inside the room as well. Rob and I tried to loosen the handcuffs, but we were unable to. Rob noticed that he also had a number which read hashtag 327,643. Suddenly, I heard another voice coming from behind the trapped man. Rob looked up and assumed that it was someone else, but when a large tentacle wrapped itself around the man strapped down, when it started tearing his flesh off, and when it started absorbing his flesh through its tentacles, they both took off running. I heard the man scream in pain as we were running farther away. Rob and the man kept on running away, and the man's screams died down till they grew tired of running. They stopped for a second to catch their breath. Suddenly I heard the monster again. They both looked up. We couldn't see anything. They noticed that the noises were moving around them, almost like it was circling them. I was very terrified, and we were too afraid to move. The noises kept on getting louder as the monster was moving closer to them. Suddenly I saw the monster dart me, so I ducked. Roy was able to move out of the way, but the other man wasn't. The monster jumped over my head and pinned the man to the floor. Roy screamed in terror when he saw the man getting eaten. I saw the tentacles tear him apart. Roy ran away and left him to die. I was too afraid to help him. Roy felt bad for what he did. He was too afraid to fight it. I looked back and I noticed that he was torn in half. Roy continued to run. Eventually I came across the man who was strapped down. Roy nearly threw up when he saw him. I looked at him to find out large parts of his body were missing. Roy noticed that his whole left leg was missing and his chewed up right leg remained. I saw that large parts of his chest were gone, and the rib bones were sticking out of his chest. Roy saw that most of his intestines were gone. However, I saw that some of them which remained were dangling down. To Rob, it looked like the monster who used his tentacles to suck his body parts off. I faintly heard the monster behind me again, so I ran. It would seem like 20 minutes. Roy ran out of breath and he fell to the ground. Exhausted, I was gasping for air. Roy rested here for a few minutes, but he decided that he needed to get up. When I tried, however, I realized that I couldn't. Something was grabbing onto his foot. I looked up, and the monster was wrapping one of his tentacles around my leg. Roy screamed in terror as the monster started to tear off chunks of flesh off his body with its tentacles. I was about to die. Roy was on his last legs, and he was about to die. I started slowly closing my eyes as he did so. However, he heard a voice up which said, "All 3 subjects have been killed. Capture the monster and send in 3 more test subjects." We had to keep doing this until we get a survivor or survivors. This guy got real close, though. The exit was only 5 feet in front of him. After hearing that voice, I had no time to react to it, as I died right afterwards. Now Roy's in the afterlife. I live in despair and depression due to what happened to me. Roy has not been able to sleep right ever since. That monster has haunted me ever since the incident. Also, Roy is currently learning to write stories which don't contain 10 swaps in literally every other sentence.